Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So today we have Senator Joe Manchin from the state of West Virginia versus Senator Bernie Sanders, of course, the senator from Vermont. And this was a suggestion that I got in one of my older videos, and it just came up again, so I decided to do it. But it was actually Manchin versus Sanders versus Trump. I thought that wouldn't really work out necessarily, considering it would be a Donald Trump landslide because it would be splitting the Democratic Party vote. So I would just want to see a matchup between Joe Manchin, pretty much by all means a conservative in the Democratic Party, versus Bernie Sanders, a progressive who caucuses with the Democratic Party. So this would be a really interesting matchup, so I decided to do it. Joe Manchin would probably be labeled as more of a Republican than a Democrat, but since he does have that Democrat title by his name, he could win some states that Republicans normally wouldn't, even if it was just a matchup between these two. So we go over to California. I would give their votes to Manchin because I think that Democratic sign by his name would be enough to win him there. Along with the fact that Bernie Sanders did not win the California primary in 2016. I think Manchin could pick up a lot of the Republican voters considering we're factoring them in now. But then we go up to Washington and Oregon. I think Bernie Sanders could win those states. He's being shown with the red because we don't have a black feature here, but so those are just the two scenarios. And then we go across the United States. A lot of these conservative states would go to Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders would not have that much of an appeal. Texas, I'm not going to touch just yet. Utah, I think they would go for more of a conservative than a progressive. We're not just taking in Democratic votes here. Bernie would win in states like Hawaii, but Alaska, I don't think so. Along with the South, Bernie Sanders pretty much has no shot at the South, with half of the Democratic vote and pretty much all of the Republican vote on Joe Manchin's side. He would win his home state along with a lot of the southern states. Virginia, Ohio, Iowa, he would win against Bernie Sanders. And the reasoning behind this is the fact that Bernie Sanders does not have that big of a coalition behind him if he did run as an independent. The only way he could ever win the presidency is as a Democrat. And personally, he doesn't have a pathway without the Democratic title by his name, which means a lot of these states that were toss-ups would go to Joe Manchin because he would have both the Republican vote on his side and the Democratic vote. And then we go over to a state like Illinois. Again, I think that one would go to Joe Manchin. Texas, Arizona. The reasoning behind this is this would be a complete blowout considering Bernie Sanders would not be that strong of a candidate against Joe Manchin. Bernie Sanders, I understand that he does have a big appeal to a lot of these voters, but Republicans don't vote for progressives. If they had to pick the two, they would obviously pick the more conservative one, and that is Joe Manchin. But if we go over to more solid Democratic states, D.C., now that I think about it, Illinois, that's a little bit of a stretch for going for Joe Manchin, and then, same thing in the state of California. I'm actually going to go give that one to Bernie Sanders. That seems more of like out of pity, but anyway, going up in the Northeast, of course he would win his home state. In Maine, I think all of Maine except for one electoral vote would go to Joe Manchin. So this is the final electoral map. 355 electoral votes for Joe Manchin to 183 for Bernie Sanders as an independent. Comment down if you have disagreements or you agree with my prediction here, or if other states you thought I should have flipped. And comment down suggestions for a Christmas theme type video because I like doing the Frosty the Snowman versus Donald Trump video yesterday. But I'm trying to see who would be better for today. I'll try to do one maybe twice a week, but yeah. So you just comment down suggestions for videos like that. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you all tomorrow.